This is a Head Cannon Circus production.
It is what it is. And speaking of what it is, welcome to another episode of the Gladiator Cypher podcast. It's your boy, Pseudonym Slim, aka Stimmy Turner, aka Homer Simpin, aka Potty by Nature, back again with you for the one time checking in. What's going on, fellas? How y'all doing today?
Man, I'm doing good, man. You know, you got your man Big J in the building, aka we not gonna do this today, aka come on now, aka just shake my head. So we up in here as normal, getting ready to hear these truth bombs from you two and be looking real shout out for most of the show. So
Okay.
I'm here.
You know, Papa Bear Nip in the building, pass me another one. Yeah, that's about it.
Yes, sir.
Tired. They grinding the gristle down to the bone on your boy still. And I'm off today. They got me in here playing Cinderella, mopping floors and shit. You know.
I mean, Cinderella's had the mice and shit, didn't she?
So I don't know. I don't even remember that shit for real. I just know she was cleaning shit.
Yeah, for
And had a glass shoe. Fuck.
basically it's riding the pumpkin. Goes riding the pumpkin.
Yeah, who the hell's wearing glass shoes though? Ain't that some uncomfortable shit?
They doing it in the strip club, allegedly.
Oh,
That's how Crime Mob made that song. Stiletto pumps in the club. They was talking about Cinderella.
Mm-hmm.
Why you say allegedly, Nip? Would you saying you don't frequent the
I can neither confirm nor deny my patronage to said venues.
Played up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Right. I mean, that was some Dion backpedaling in there, baby.
Hey, prime time, baby. I ain't mad.
And what we got going on today, Chris? What topics we got?
Well, to kick it off, you know, we had a momentous, extravagant, stupendous production that went over the weekend with Verzuz. There's a little bit of a lull period there. We were waiting on the next announcement. You know, who's going to go next, especially coming off the heels of the announcement that Triller had bought Verzuz from Timbo and damn, what's his name? Swizzy, yeah, there you go, Swizzy. So you know, everybody was a little bit curious, like, you know, what's going to go on? Are we going to still get those big name versus battles that we come to expect, or are we going to have a watered down product? And I would say definitely Wu-Tang. For what I saw, the little bit I was at work, they definitely did not disappoint. So we had Wu-Tang in the building, specifically Raekwon versus Ghostface Killer. Gentlemen, how'd you feel about the battle? Did you like it, not like it? Tell me what your thoughts are.
I first just want to point out that I'm just going to bring up some factors here that, you know, no one's really pointed out for the show. So we know Chris does kickboxing, right? Mm-hmm. We know sometimes we'll be doing this show. He'd be like, oh, I can't do it after this certain time because I got to be somewhere. Mm-hmm. And then you was like, oh, while this was going on, I was at work. You know, this thing came on like 8, 9 o'clock. I'm starting to think, Chris, you a spy or some kind of secret agent. I just want to throw that out there. Like, it's starting to line up. Like, I mean, at first I thought it was going to be like Tommy, where you like, nobody don't know what you do. Mm-hmm. So we just going to assume you just don't do nothing. But like, you be having real time constraints. So I'm kind of feeling like you secret agent, man, out in this bitch. Like, you undercover brother for real. Like, what we don't want to know what you really do, but all we need to know, just give us 1 or 2 winks. If we get on the right path here, that's all we need to know.
No, man, it's all on the up and up, man. Just look, a young brother trying to make some scratch out there. You know, I got some dreams, got some ambitions. You know, trying to do right by me and the old lady and the cat. So
I feel you. How many people you got to kill to get there, though? But all right, so now on Verzuz. So we got Ghost and Raekwon, and it's funny because on the show when we talked about, you know, who we thought was the best member of Wu-Tang, and you know, we picked between Meth, Ray, and Ghost. Really, I thought it was dope, man. I thought for what they were doing, what they were putting on, I really legitimately felt like this was one of the very first ones, maybe outside of like Gucci and Jeezy. Like, these guys really wanted to beat each other. Mm-hmm. Like, most of everybody coming in, they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna do some of the hits and have some fun. Like, I literally felt like Ray and Ghost was taking this like serious, as if they had a couple of bands on it in the back. Mm-hmm. Like, because they were like, because Joker, Ghost would like Ray would play something just hard, and Ghost would get with his DJ, get the whispering, and even Raekwon was like, oh, I see him over there plotting on me, blah blah, and then Ghost would come with something just so like a banger, and I'm like, there's no way Ghost had that lined up when he first stepped in there. That definitely was like, oh nah, I can't go out like that. I mean, for like, I wish all the verses were like this, where these guys were like, nah. And I know it can't always be because some people don't got the catalog to do that or the hits to do it. But this felt like these guys were making audibles on the run, changing up the songs, making it work. When it comes all down to it, though, I still think Ghost got the W there, man. Ghost just got too many, and then they tried their best not to even use the songs that they're on together. And it still just felt like Ghost just has too much to pull from. But when I say that, I feel like Ghost won by like 2 points. So I don't think it was like a blowout or nothing. I think just Ghost had some things that like we just all have vibed to more, a little bit more than Raekwon did. But no, I loved it, man. That was I know every week we go, oh, it's great for the culture. Like that was great for the culture to see two friends competing, going at it hard, showing that they actually give a shit to want to win, and putting it on the line there. And like I said, I want to be cliche. It's like, oh, well, nobody lost. I mean, Raekwon lost though, but I mean, I can't disrespect them. That was amazing.
Yeah, I think you're not gonna get too many like that because I don't want to say that the love be fake, but they real brothers and like they real homies and shit. Like when you watch the Jill and Erica Jones, it was like, yeah, they probably are cool somewhat, but it's not like a real relationship. When you seen the only other one that had real emotion behind it was probably the Gucci and Jeezy joint, and that was just like, straight up like you tried to get me fucking.
Yeah, bodies is involved in that. Yeah, they got bodies involved in that. So yeah,
but those like they really homies. So it's like it's a real competition. Just like when you grow up with your homies and shit, you like it's all love, but it's still like, oh, you bought this car, or I'm about to buy this joint. If you got this job, or I'm about to do this. Your house look like this, or it's the same thing, but you're not gonna have that type of interaction with motherfuckers like Monica and Brandy. Like they really fucking hate each other. Yeah, like, it ain't that type of. Yeah, it can't get. It's got to be like this fake, like, oh, it's a celebration, whatever. Because I really can't. It's gonna be something else if we really battling or something.
Right. Like, like if I really go hard on you and disrespect you.
Well, Monica might take it to the streets, but
she might have had it in her purse or something. She might have had it in the coat. Damn.
Monica said she in them trenches, baby. What you talking?
Yeah, when she bought OT Genesis out, I'm like, oh shit.
But I mean, isn't that make it weird though? Because you would think if I don't really fuck with you for real, I got more reason to want to come in and smash you on versus then if it's like that's my man's and all, and I know I can let it hang free though, but I guess you would feel more like they would be more timid because you know that's my man's in them, rather than if I don't really rock with you, I'm really trying to show everybody my catalog better than you. But I'm like you, I feel like it's been a reverse though. Yeah. But jokers don't rock with each other. I guess they don't want to like beat them down too badly because maybe they'll take it as disrespect. I don't know. I don't know what the
fear of confrontation. Right. You know,
the only other joint that was probably comparable to this one was the who was that? God damn it.
You talking about X and Snoop?
Nah, the X and Snoop joint was good too though.
The dancehall joint?
Yeah.
Bounty Killer and Elephant Man.
Yeah,
no, not Elephant Man, Beanie Man. I'm sorry.
That's the only other joint. Right.
No, you're right. They did. They kind of felt like they did for like.
Right. They were trying to win that shit.
Yeah.
But
I think that was definitely a good sort of equation in the mix for the good verses. Like it's got to be that competitive edge, but I think the artists got to mess with each other at least a little bit to where they feel comfortable. Really trying to talk their ish. Get swaggy on the mic a little bit and really keep that competitive edge while not feeling that they're stepping on somebody's toes or possibly disrespecting them or something like that, because I feel like in the industry, there's a lot of kind of like fake love. So, oh yeah,
right.
Blah, blah, blah. But they don't really want to, like you said, have that killer instinct to, no, we're trying to win this, but at the end of the day, we're still bros, you know what I mean? And it really comes across, like you said, with the Beanie Man, Bounty Killer, there was so much energy there. I don't know if they're the best of friends, but you could tell they were comfortable with each other enough to like push each other to like keep doing better. With the Ray and Ghostface versus, the few clips I saw, it was like the whole camp was in there. Everybody's vibing. They really had that competitive spirit, but you could tell there was a lot of camaraderie there too. which was good. I think somebody that would be great for the Verzuz would be Busta, and I think he has like a lot of relationships in the industry. He's worked with so many different people. I think he's just trying to find somebody that can kind of match that catalog and that energy, because I think he would do awesome on Verzuz.
Don't nobody want that Busta smoke, man.
Yeah,
like it's a different. It's just like when so before the Verzuz thing started, when Swiss was calling out other producers and DJs, and they were having like the battles and shit live, like it's producers that are better than Swiss, but it's certain shit like when you talking about partying, nah, ain't nobody, can't nobody fuck with Swiss when it come to that, especially at our age range. Like that was like Rough Riders and all that shit was like when we was teenagers and shit like that. Ain't nobody gonna beat Swiss in a DJ battle. Nobody gonna beat Busta in a Verzuz battle. It will at least rapping. Nobody. I don't think anybody gonna get him out of here. With
I
that.
mean,
when it comes to party songs, nah.
I can see,
especially if you get to use shit that you was featured on, like Scenario. What the fuck is gonna be Scenario?
right. Well, hold on. I think I got one competitor for Busta, but let me just remind myself. Yeah, I remember when it was gonna be Busta versus T.I. And T.I. kind of ducked the smoke a little bit, being like, "Oh no, we two different eras and two different styles."
Exactly.
And I'm like, "Nah, nigga, you know
that was weak. I lost some respect for Tip for that. I'm like, how you gonna talk about that?
You ain't want that raw. He ain't want that raw.
What was he gonna play? Rubber Band Man? Come on, get the fuck out of here.
Hey, slow down.
Man.
Slow down. Slow down. I want to say exactly like, slow down.
Wait, we was in middle school like this, bro.
That's what be going on in this show. When they want to prove a point, they get real disrespectful on the other side. Like, like what are you gonna play? Rubber Band? Slow down. That Rubber Band man was a banger. Let's not get it twisted.
Rubber Band Man Scenario?
Not Busta.
If you gonna bring out one of the top 5 of Busta's, no. But if you bring Busta's number 19 song, Rubber Band Man may be able to compete. It may be able to compete.
All right, maybe.
I mean, it's high on T.I.'s list, but
exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Going to the point, I think the only matchup you can get for Busta that legitimately will feel right is Uncle L, man. You got to bring LL if you're going to go to Busta. Because even LL got features and he got hits. I mean, you said Scenario. What's going to fuck with Scenario? Throw on 4, 3, 2, 1 with Scenario.
Yeah,
that's a combo.
I don't think
I'm not saying I think Scenario wins, but you're not going to say that 4, 3, 2, 1 even made you think about it. Like,
yeah, but he don't have 20 of those. Like he don't have, like Busta got 20 party club bangers. LL don't got that shit. He don't got
not 20 club bang, but 20 LL got 20 hits.
He got 20 hits, but he ain't got 20 joints that's gonna make you pop up and move your ass. No, Busta got 20. Busta got 20 joints. Every joint Busta play, you gonna hop up, get the fucking dancing, knocking shit over. You're not gonna get that from LL. What you gonna handsprung? Man, come on.
Here we go again with the disrespect.
Handsprung probably his best club song.
Here we go with the disrespect again.
Like, come on. Let's just be real about it.
All right, but you gonna tell me that if he plays, let's say Busta plays, Hands Where My Eyes Can See, which is a banger. We know that's an instant classic. It's gonna be hard. I think competitively, LL can probably play Mama Said Knock You Out, and people will think about it.
Mama Said Knock You Out will probably beat that.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's some shit in LL inventory that LL. Think about it. You don't got to win 20. You just got to win 11.
Yeah, true.
So I think LL. Now, yes, is that the question? Is 11?
I don't think he has 11. He don't got 11. Mama Said Knock You Out though.
But I'm sure he got about 8 that he can probably win on, and I think that's a good battle. If you can get it 8 to 12. I mean, I Need Love is going to get I Need Love is going to get a definitely W, pretty much on anything he play. You may not. You gonna tell me you won't get nostalgia if I Need Love come on the joint. Like even you talked about Around the Way Girl because of what it is. It's gonna be hard to beat because of nostalgia. We talk Mama Said Knock You Out. Damn, I can't drink
that joint might not beat that him and Janet joint.
No, it's not beat.
Hey, look, that him and Janet joint nasty, bro.
Gonna make you. No, I don't know, cuz.
Gonna make your body feel wet.
Right.
I'm bad. I'm bad by LL. He get that could
Yeah,
probably jump off too. So that's 4 right there. That I think. And again, we don't know what Bus is going to play, but that's 4 right there. That I think can get you close to W's, if not W's, in all 4 of them.
That might be an opponent.
Maybe I don't know. I think they might have to like double team pause Buster, like have 2 people almost go against him. Just like his catalog is so massive. You think all the years, and then even the performance aspect of being on Verzuz, right? He's gonna perform the songs there. He's gonna have Split Star with him. Like they're gonna have to come with some heat, like to really sell.
Flavor in Your remix. Flavor in Your remix. That's for LL. That's 5. Right? I mean, let's not get it twisted like Uncle Ellie ain't got a couple.
What he gonna do?
That big silly shit. I gotta
get it. I gotta flip it. I gotta get it. I'm not fucking with that shit.
Again, all he got to do is win 11.
You right.
You ain't gonna lie.
Again, the conversation started as somebody can compete with Buster. I'm saying L could compete.
Okay.
I mean, let's be real. How many jokers is going to be able to get 5 or 6 wins off Buster legitimately? It ain't many jokers in the game at all.
It ain't a lot of people that can.
Only people I think that can actually compete with him is LL or Lil Wayne. That's the only 2 that I think. Because Wayne got bangers too that make you dance.
Yeah. Wayne gonna go to sleep through the verses though. He gonna need his
facts.
He gonna be knocked out.
But I know I heard two verses that I see that are possibly coming up. It'd be the Meth versus Red, and I think that'll be a crazy joint, a crazy joint.
I can't
and wait. Then answer the question that we asked on the show. Who's better?
The one that I really want to look for. They got Ozzy Brothers against Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Oh,
I'm calling out the next day for that one. Because I'm
okay, man. If Earth, Wind, and Fire don't smoke the Ozzy Brothers, I'll be mad if they don't smoke them. If it's close, I'm gonna be mad.
They're definitely gonna smoke them, but they got to remember, like the Ozzy Brothers had, like they did a lot of covers when they first started though, and them shit was jamming back in the like they got a catalog too, especially if they start pulling out fucking if Rhyme started playing his shit, that motherfucking Contagious. You acting crazy. I don't know if Imagination beat Contagious. And just
all right, you're right. You're right.
To me, Imagination beats Contagious. But you talking about motherfuckers actually knowing the way. Ain't no black person don't know the words to what the hell is going on? Yeah.
And the video was so cold. Like I could just see that joint pop up in my head anytime I hear that.
I don't know if they're gonna cancel for that R. Kelly
play shit, Between the Sheets Part 1, Between the Sheets Part 2.
Right.
Yeah, now that'd be good. No, I'll be here for. I'm like you. They do that for sure. I'm definitely gonna pull out my Crown Peach, throw a couple of cubes in that thing, sit my feet up because I'm with a white lady, so she don't care nothing about none of that's gonna be on. I'm gonna buy some chocolate over for that.
You gotta do the 2-step at least a couple songs, man. You gotta pick her.
Yeah, she'll look at me sideways. Maybe she'll get up for September in fantasy. She may get up for those.
Oh yeah, I don't even play September. Only time I play September once a year on my birthday because they said the 21st night of September. That's the only day I play that shit is on my birthday.
Yeah, I don't even play September.
Hey, that's a good
now I can't even play the Reasons no more around my kids because you done fucked that up for me.
My bad. I still play that shit. I don't care.
It's still hard, yeah.
They listen. Right. Wyatt be singing way worse shit.
Look, speaking of one of Wyatt's favorites, we had a recent release by one of the Griselda rappers, Benny the Butcher, dropped Plugs I Met 2. Came out, I believe, last week. I just gave it a listen. I liked it a lot. I know y'all had some different reviews, I believe, about the caliber of the project versus some of his other stuff and other things that Griselda put out recently. Tell me a little bit about how y'all feel.
No, don't say y'all. Only one man on this show had issues with it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And I didn't get the feel. It didn't hit right. I get what he's trying to do. He's trying to hop out his lane, but I think this joint kind of exposed him even more to. And don't get me wrong, he's still one of my favorites. But Benny got one fucking flow, bro. He got one flow, and it's the same. You can. Even if you don't know the words to a Benny song, you can hum his fucking flow, his cadence to any song, and it's going to be the exact same flow that he got. and it don't go right with that with the shit that Fraud was putting on and shit. And it wasn't dirty enough. The album wasn't dirty enough. It was like when I go to listen to somebody from Griselda, I want to hear that shit, and I don't want to hear it over some fucking Drake-ish. I don't want to say Drake-ish. That's
a stretch.
The beats were too clean. Like I want that Derringer, that fucking, you know what I mean, that Alchemist shit. Like I don't want to hear no and
no soul saying.
What's the one he did? The Burden of Proof shit. What was that?
Hit Boy.
Who he did that with? Hit Boy. Yeah, even that shit. It was all right. It was good. I just didn't. I don't know. And then it was lacking the ad libs from West Side. Like I need to hear some boom, 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 boom and shit like that. Like it wasn't bad. I didn't dislike it, but I probably won't play it again.
So, and I think this is where, man, we don't agree on shit on this show. Maybe that's how it works. I fucking love the album, man. Like for what I think a growth for artistry should be, I think Benny hits it. Like everything that you talked about that he usually does, he didn't do on here. He didn't talk like the drug game wasn't as hyped on here. The hyper aggressive violence wasn't as hyped up on here. It felt like some growth, as in like, hey, like a lot of the songs even kind of felt like, yeah, if you stay in this game like this is how it ends on you. Like I felt like it was some growth there. I felt like he actually, I'm not gonna say he's gonna mature because he can come back the next album and go right back to that style, but I kind of felt like the West Coast-ish kind of, like you said, kind of more poppy beat feel, kind of mellowed him out a bit, where it was like, out of all the Griselda stuff that rocks out, and I dig it and I rocks with it, but this one's probably the one I probably felt like, oh, this is probably closer to my speed when it comes to hip-hop. Where, you know, like, I mean, it ain't like all the stuff you talked about that you didn't like because it wasn't on there. I enjoyed that it wasn't on there, but I felt like he replaced it with some stuff that showed a different facet of his ability. Now, granted, like, yes, I agree. Was he lyrically like extremely dominant on this album, like compared to others? One, I don't think so, because he didn't have the features that he really had to probably step up into a higher A game. But then two, I think he was more focused on the message and the growth than actually lyrical miracle. I'm going to rip it down. Because even I think I text John and said, damn, I think 2 Chainz got him on this. Now, anybody know anything about anything would know that Benny didn't rap with the best of the best in the game. And in fact, and he didn't probably best it a lot of the best in the game on the features that he's on with him. For 2 Chainz, who's not even known as a lyrical dude, that I thought kind of put a little bit on him on this, shows I think it was a different vibe for Benny in this one, man. So I dug it, man. I mean, this is a bootleg for me, man. Well, I guess a 4 out of 5, but yeah, that's.
I think Fat Joe smoked him up a little bit too.
He did, yeah. Joe opened him up.
What did he say? He said, "I showed Benny where to poke him, let him bleed out, or so hit the right artery, he might bleed out." Or so I was like, "God, crap."
Yeah.
But yeah, I like the album a lot too. It's definitely different from some of his other projects. It's the beats is a little bit more soul sample, a little bit more positive on the beats. My favorite tracks, I liked the first track, the second one, the one with 2 Chainz was cool. I like the ones with Chinks though. I really like that one. That was a dope track. Like you said, he wasn't really like demolishing things lyrically, but I feel like he did a good job kind of, staying in pocket for the most part. I don't really get that same vibe. Nip, you were mentioning like him always having the same flow. I feel like you can definitely tell like his style and everything, but I wouldn't say it's as bad as like the Baby. Like that's somebody who like his flow, like okay, that's the pocket he's gonna be in. Like Benny, he'll kind of a little bit like vary, from the path a little bit, but
show me the song because I can anticipate. You could damn near anticipate what he about to say, and I'm not saying that that's a bad thing all the time. I'm just saying like I don't like when you listen to and when Benny first started getting hot, I was like, I don't know, he might be the best out of Griselda and shit. Yeah. And I heard once I listened to King to a God, I was like, no fucking way. And then I went back to listen to Conway shit. Like his feature, his freestyles and shit. I'm like, I've been tripping for a long time. Conway been smoking these niggas. Like,
yeah, Conway's nasty.
like bad, like bad. He been smoking them and shit.
Yeah, I think he'll get to a point. speaking back on Benny, to where he'll try and balance it out a little bit more on his projects. I think they're so focusing on that real gutter, real like hoodies on you and the band are like just raw with it, lyrics over just that boom bap beats, but dark boom bap, not like light polished stuff. That they're trying to kind of, at least for Benny's side, branch out a little bit more. So hey, I'm just not limited to this. I think in future projects, he'll probably incorporate a little bit more of those past elements into them to kind of make a little bit more well-rounded. Because he's got his hardcore fans now, but he's trying to attract new fans, right? He's got a song with Drake he's holding on to. I guess I don't know when they're gonna release that. Maybe for his next project, or maybe on Drake's project.
That shit. I don't even want to hear that bullshit. I don't give a fuck what it is. Keep that shit.
It might be hard.
When I listen to Benny, when I listen to West, I want to be making the kids cereal in the fucking Pyrex. I don't want none of this other shit, this growth and this mature. Fuck all that. I'm trying to hold a pack of diapers to my ear. I'm doing all that goofy shit. I don't want none of that growth, none of that shit. I want to be in the trenches, motherfucking.
Like that, why you got a fork with the cereal bowl?
You know what I'm saying? I want the scale of everything. I'm weighing the formula out on the scale, all that. Yeah. Fuck.
Got the Lucky Charms, not the fish scale, but the Lucky Charms.
You trying to get better in life and shit. I don't hear that shit.
got his girl in here wearing the formula naked. So I'm saying, don't be leaving with my product.
With no clothes on.
My product. Out here bugging, bro. You bugging. Man, what's your rating? What is your rating on the thing, Nip? You out here bugging, dog.
If my man put it on, I'll listen to it.
All right, so a 3. What about you, Chris? What you got on
it? Solid 3.
If man's put it on, I listen to it in a half. So I bump it up a little bit over Nip. I liked it, but it wasn't like blown away or nothing like that.
Yeah, I'm on a bootleg on it, man. I mean, I probably will revisit this one, and probably I'll do what Nip do. I'll compare the flows now that he's saying there's no flow growth, but I'll compare it and see what I feel on that one, man.
Yeah, I got to do that too. Because you're like. Yeah, like I was saying, the baby, that's somebody
I'll
definitely
be
like
for y'all
every
retractions.
song, but I don't really get that too much from Benny, so I have to do some homework.
You hear this joke? I'll wait for y'all retraction next week.
But we're gonna have it on the Gladiator Cypher letterhead. We at the podcast humbly.
Yeah, make sure we put it on the front page. Start the shit with, "Damn, Nip, you was right. The flow is the same through all." Yeah, I ain't been wrong a lot. You know what I'm saying? You got to. I'm just saying, my track record speaks for itself.
Lord have mercy, Lord. Well, speaking of, good writing, technical lyrics, kind of brought me into our next topic here. We're going to get into collaboration versus ghostwriting when it comes to hip hop. So we know with different genres of music, some music is a little bit more accepted to work with a bunch of people, when you're putting together songs. I know like Beyonce comes to mind, right? She has a lot of input on her songs, but she also gets like top talent out there to help write and put together these ideas in the song and come out with a fully fleshed out project. That's always pretty dope. Whereas with rap, in general is looked down upon if you're collaborating too much with folks. And, you start to get into that ghostwriting tip a little bit. If people think you might be borrowing lyrics from individuals or, just handing you raps and stuff like that. A couple of folks that come to mind that have had their reputation tarnished, Drake being one, and then also Kanye for sure. So, I don't know. Tell me how y'all feel about the collaboration versus ghostwriting. Do you think hip hop needs to grow up and should say, hey, at the end of the day, you just want to come out with a dope song? Or do you think they should stick with like, hey, you're a rapper, these are your lyrics. This is you. You shouldn't be bringing nobody else's stuff to the table.
All right. So, I mean, yeah, he mean grow up because every other artistry allows people to do that except for hip hop. But with that being said, if we are going to allow collabos and ghostwriting and just be like, hey, somebody writes Beyonce songs and she sings it, somebody can write your lyrics and write it and you can rap it, then we need to get out the competitive nature of hip hop, which I feel like is the bedrock of hip hop. So for me, I think the line draws for me is that if someone gives you more than just a hook, it's officially ghostwriting in my eyes. If whatever you putting down on paper ain't really your experience or from your dome, it's ghostwriting. But if he gives you a hook, I mean, I'm cool, whatever. A hook is a hook. But I just can't.
It's pop music.
That's it. What's up?
It becomes pop music.
Well, and I'm not gonna go pop. I will say, because it still could be hip hop with ghostwriting, but I just feel like it can't be. You can't have a conversation about greatest. You can't have a conversation about putting certain things in certain categories. Like I can't. As much as I love Kanye, but we know he has that kind of quasi thing, and we always talk about. We think that My Dark Twisted Fantasy is Kanye's best album. I would go as far as say My Dark Twisted Fantasy is one of the best musical albums of all time, just in any genre. Mm-hmm. I do not put Dark Twisted Fantasy as my top hip-hop album of all time.
No.
Because I can't put that over a Doggy Style where Snoop wrote all his shit, knowing that Kanye probably had people interjecting and giving him lines and giving him stuff. So I think you got to divide that kind of conversation. Like with Drake. I mean, I ain't got to worry about Drake because Drake ain't got no classics in my mind. I know that's going to be blasphemy for some of the Drake lovers, but
no, it ain't. It's bullshit. It's pop music. It's what it is. It ain't hip-hop. It's pop. He ain't no fucking rapper. My bad. I started to. Let me take a sip. Go ahead.
All right. Let me ask you: is this Education of Lauryn Hill a hip hop too, or is that pop for you, Dep?
I guess it would have to be. It's like hip hop / R&B. I don't know if it's pop because he doesn't. Okay. She doesn't. It's not a full rap album.
Right.
It's not a full rap album. It didn't set out to be a full rap album.
Well, and that's how I look at what Drake is that Drake albums are hip hop to me, but it's just an off-brand feel of it. Like 3000's The Love Below. I feel like that's hip hop, but I understand if people don't want to characterize it because he sings to it. But I feel like the melodies, the cadences, the undercurrents of it are all hip hop. The aesthetic is hip hop. Let me say that. That's probably the better word. So I look at Drake stuff sometimes as his aesthetic is hip hop. Not if I know Nip, you feel differently because we know how you feel about Drake. Going to the main point of it, that I just think that if you're going to ghostwrite, I cannot allow you to be in the top of hip hop echelon with the music. But if you just want to just blanket it as good music, by all means, yeah. I mean, Drake makes good music. If you ask me, does Drake make good hip hop songs? Not so much.
Yeah, I agree with Nip on this one. Definitely, like
essentially, hip hop is lyrical gymnastics over beats. It's poetry on beats. If we revere Langston Hughes as if we revere Langston Hughes as a great poet, and it comes out in 2022 that fucking James Baldwin was writing Langston Hughes shit, it's gonna be a fucking problem. If we find out that motherfucking Lorraine Hand, or I know there's different time period, I'm just saying, we found out that fucking as a youngin, Maya Angelou was writing Lorraine Hansberry shit, it changes our view of that person. It's this is what hip hop is. It's not pop music, it's not singy songy shit, it's not the same thing. It's you're a writer. It's the same shit. We can't take that away.
Hold on, slow down. Like, because when you say, all right, hip hop is the poetry, let's stop it here. Hip hop started out with just revving up the crowd. Hip hop was a DJ genre. But again, when I talk about the aesthetic was a DJ where MC was actually master of ceremonies, and his only job was kind of call and response, hype up the crowd. It wasn't no lyrical miracle shit. But it was like Busy Bee, yo, hey, let's go, blah, blah, blah. What the ladies with the money in your pocket say? Like, let's stop it now. Let's not act like hip hop was like this.
70s, early
we have
80s.
to go in. The bitch better have my money, or I'm going to slam. Like, it wasn't none of that. Come on, stop it. It was about partying, having a good time, and making you feel good. And the DJ was actually the main draw. That's why all our old acts used to have DJs in their crews, because DJs were the main draw back then. So I look at it again. If you have the aesthetic of it,
when you in the beginning, when you talk about Sugar Hill Gang and all them stealing ass, rhymes ass dudes, yes, I get it. But once you start talking about, once it became one MC, one DJ, them motherfuckers was rapping. When you talk about fucking Melly Mel, you talk about Melly Mel, you talking about LL, you talking about Kumo D, you talking about cats like that, motherfucking African Mambata and all them dudes, like them motherfuckers was rapping. And you had to have your own fucking raps. You couldn't steal a motherfucking raps. And you couldn't have another motherfucker writing your raps for you. It's the same shit as the poetry shit. To me, it's the same shit. If Tana, I can't say his first name, man. What the fuck is his name? Tanisa Nayas. There you go, coach.
Tennessee.
You know what I'm saying? Come out and someone else is writing them fucking books. Oh, well, I fucked his name up.
Yeah, but that's a different art form, though. Like we can't compare nothing to hip hop. Hip hop is in its own kind of land because every other art form, it takes inspiration and people help them do that. To build a book, probably people already wrote paragraphs in his book to make his full book. That's a known thing in book writing. Like, but it's not held against them. Music artists, all other genres except for hip hop, somebody can write for you and input a lot of your stuff. It is not a hit. And I'm not saying that hip hop should adopt that. I'm saying that the purity of hip hop is in the aesthetic of hip hop. If you can get the aesthetic right, I feel like it's okay. But I will say this, for me personally, I can't rank you up in hip hop's echelon because if someone else wrote some of your stuff. But I'm not going to say it's not hip hop. Like, I think that's blasphemous to say it's not hip hop. I'm just saying I can't because I feel like the purity of a rapper is him writing his own lyrics. But outside of that, I mean, if it has a hip hop aesthetic, I mean, it's hip hop, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump in. To me, I kind of separate the hip hop music with the rapper. Like, I agree with Jason. Like, you can still make a collaborative hip hop record, and maybe the person spitting the bars didn't write 100% of the rhymes. But when it comes to like being a rapper and making, rap music, I think 100%. You might can get some help or some suggestions on the hook, but like those bars, your verse has to be your own. It shouldn't be coming from nobody else. And like, your lived experiences, like you said, off your dome, not nobody else's. I feel like, Drake is at a position now, like if he's making collaborative stuff, I really don't care. I mean, he's more of like a hip hop artist at this point. I don't really consider him to be like, oh yeah, he's a top 5 rapper. I mean, because there's just too many questions. It's like, hey, who's helped you on what? Same deal with Kanye. Like if we got the little Men in Black thing, the little forget me button and flash everybody and say, hey, forget whatever you heard about Kanye and his ghostwriting and all that stuff, and we go back and revisit his catalog, you definitely would consider Kanye to be one of the greats. But because we have this history of people saying that, I definitely wrote this with Kanye, I wrote this for Kanye, these are my bars, stuff like that, it kind of, as far as a rap aspect, it puts him a little bit lower. But as a hip-hop artist, he's still up there for me. I just don't consider him one of the greatest rappers because you got this history of ghostwriting. So I think it's one of those things. It's like, I mean, you can do it, but just know that you're not going to be held up with the greats who are known for, their ability to rap. You can make hot songs, which is cool. You might even be more popular than a lot of those legends. You might have more money, whatever. But as far as like your reputation in the game as a top tier rapper, you're going to sacrifice that for the fame and the money, and that bigger push from the pop world.
Well, how much contribution are we? Because I think that was your original question too. How much contribution are we allowing before we go, okay, this is not a collab, this is a ghostwrite?
I think the chorus is fine. Like if you get help with the chorus or something, because that's the more marketable aspect of the song, right? That's what people generally are going to remember, the party, stuff like that. But I don't think you should be getting help with your lyrics itself. Like, I think that kind of waters down the whole essence of rap. Like we're investing in these artists because we like their story, what they're bringing to the table, what we perceive to be their experiences, how life has shaped them and brought them here to kind of speak their truth over these beats. But if you got somebody else giving you their truth, then it kind of is like, okay, well, it's a hot bar, but I don't really feel no kind of way about it because I know it's not necessarily what he's talking about or what may have you.
I'll say this though. I think, well, before I make my point, don't disrespect Kanye and compare his bars to Drake's bars because we're not gonna do that. Number one. All right, well, number two, because that shit is not comparable. It's just not. But there's a difference between a motherfucker saying, excuse me, I gotta watch my language. A person saying, maybe you should use this word instead of that word. I don't really see that as ghostwriting. Like if we all getting blunted, we drinking, whatever, you rapping, whatever, like, maybe you should use this word instead of this word, put this word before that word, or something like that. That's not like, to me, to be proven that you have a ghostwriter, I gotta hear the what they call it when they
the reference track.
The reference tracks. Like if you got reference tracks, all right, yeah, it's cool. But if we just in the like if it's me and Kanye or something like that, and it's like and Kanye rapping, he like, nah, you should say this word instead of that word. That's not like you just putting a little extra
that's more
snack
producing
to it.
than
Like,
anything.
You just tossing the salt to season that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't the same as like I'm writing this whole line. Hey, rap this here, right? I wrote it down here. Rap this. Like that's not it's not the same thing. Now, if we talking about that, then yeah, we should definitely do that. Like if we talking about we putting a team together, and I want 5 people in here. When I rap my rap, if this word is wrong, if this line don't sound right, if I need to be staccato right here and let it more flow right here, all right, yeah, I'm down with that. But don't straight up hand me a song like, all right, you rapping this. No,
I agree.
No, yeah.
I definitely agree. Well, speaking of, that whole ghostwriting versus collaborative aspect amongst hip hop, Cardi B, right? She just hit #1 again with her latest song Up. I know in the past, it's pretty much common knowledge, like Cardi's not writing all of her lyrics. That would be a perfect example of a hip hop artist, right? Who is kind of more aligned with that collaborative aspect of song making. Like she's probably got writers in there, producers, I'm sure she probably has some ideas, but we can assume that the bulk of her stuff is probably coming from outside, and then she's delivering it. She's kind of putting her own sauce on it. But she's got another hit. What do y'all think about her latest hit? Do you think is the sky's the limit for Cardi?
You don't think Cardi wrote if it's up then it's stuck? Because I feel
even
like she did.
It's pop music.
Yeah, it's pop. I don't really consider her.
Are we saying we calling this pop now? Is this how far pop has come now?
That is pop music.
One day we're gonna have a full conversation about pop music, because by definition, then almost all hip hop is pop music. Then because if you're going by definition of popular music, almost all hip hop, the main acts are all popular music. Then like DMX, when he went double platinum on both his first 2 albums,
that's not pop music.
Grimy as hell. That's all pop music because it's popular.
No, that's not pop music.
Like what do you got defining pop music? That's what we got to have a conversation. What are we defining?
I'll say that it's hip hop music, but she's a pop artist. I don't consider her like a rapper
But what do we consider in the pop artist? So what do we consider in pop music? Like we got to define that real quick, because I feel like y'all just saying like if it's some shit's popular, it don't feel grimy, then it's got to be pop music. And I'm saying like pop has a different kind of cadence and different stuff that I think musically makes it pop.
Okay,
but what do y'all define it as pop?
I think it's musically pop music. I will put WAP and Up in the Stuck up there with like Avery One Thing. It's the same type of shit. Like it's grooving, but it ain't hip hop. We're not gonna say Cardi B shit is the same as, and I'm not even a Nicki fan, but we're not gonna put it on the same level as like a Monster verse or some shit that Nicki put out. It's not hip hop, it's pop music. And even some of Nicki shit is pop music.
Yeah,
I think that she is a rapper, and I think that she has hip hop, like she's a rapper, but she has made pop songs. But like all of Cardi's shit is pop music, all of it. I never put my fucking headphones and listen to a fucking Cardi song. Like I just never like, let me sit down and listen to this shit. I want to see if she talking that shit. No,
hold on. Just because you don't listen to it don't mean it don't make it hip hop. What are you talking about?
I didn't say I didn't listen to it. I said I don't sit down and be like, all right, I'm at work. I'm fixing whatever I'm fixing and shit. Let me put this shit on and see what Cardi talking about. I don't put this shit on for that. I play that shit in the jukebox at the bar.
Well, all right, then okay. At what point did Beyonce stop being R&B and became pop? What point did Rihanna stop being R&B and to become pop?
She always been pop. Destiny's Child was pop.
Okay. Yeah, they were pop.
Okay.
They were pop. Can you pay my bill?
We got to define pop.
Telephone bill. Look at that pop. Like that's not R&B.
But we got to define what pop is then. What is pop then? Because y'all you making this amalgamated term of pop music as in like something that you just don't groove with is pop now. Like
who got the
what is
machine
pop
behind him?
music?
That's pop. That's pop. I don't care.
I mean, that
So the
shit was
machine behind you, that's pop.
nah.
No, there's
Destiny
other-
Is
Child
that
shit
where we
was
going?
Destiny's Child shit was
No,
jamming.
get off
It was
Destiny
definitely
Child.
pop.
Get on. Just define what pop is in your mind. Like, let's get off of artists. Let's talk about what you define as pop. Because what I'm hearing from y'all is, if it's mainstream, it ain't hip hop no more. It's pop, or it's pop hip hop.
No,
Like, what is pop music then?
I'm not saying if it's mainstream. I'm saying
It's Lil Baby pop because his shit is popping, and he was number one on all the charts and was killing it. It's Lil Baby pop.
Lil Baby or Dub Baby?
Dub Baby, excuse me.
Dub Baby is pop.
Is he pop? Oh my Jesus. Okay.
Dub Baby is pop music.
Okay.
Lil Baby is rap. Dub
putting-
Baby is pop.
Basically, I'm saying if artists get popular,
I'll put it
pop.
this.
That's what you're basically saying. Like,
No, I'll put it this. I'll put it this way. if white folks get jammed to it, it's pop.
that's what I said. I'm waving the flag. I'm done. Then that means okay. Then Snoop is pop. White folks love Snoop, and most of Snoop's albums get bought by a lot of white folks. Snoop
Doggy
pop now?
Style, a Doggy Style.
Oh, here we go. You gotta go with y'all. I'm done with y'all. Man, most by any other woman. Yeah, props to Cardi because she did it with Ghost Riders. She did it the unhip hop way. Because I don't even know what to say no more, man. How much more time we got on this show? I'm out of here.
Everything that Snoop did other than Doggy Style was pop. And Snoop was my man, but he ain't had a real hip hop album since Doggy Style. Like, he hasn't. Everything else was like
Biggie popped in. Hypnotize is one of the biggest songs of all time in rap.
Hypnotize is a pop song. It's a pop song.
But I mean, it's Biggie.
His album is hip hop. Nah, his album is hip hop. Nah, you know What's Beef and The Warning and
so hold on. But Biggie album sold so many units. How was that not pop? With pop songs on it. How was that not pop?
Hypnotize is like a pop song though.
It's
Just formulaic. Like, think about
it.
it.
He can have pop songs, but it's the whole album isn't pop. Like What's Beef wasn't a pop song.
Mm-mm.
Okay, but
Hypnotize was a pop examples. One More Chance. One More Chance is a pop song.
Yeah.
Okay, then. Okay, two of his biggest hits are pop songs, but he's not a pop artist.
No.
Okay, fuck out of here, man.
You still got a catalog of real rap shit. Where's Cardi's real rap shit?
My point is that I think the complexity of a song takes it away from pop. If you could actually get lyrics and bars in the song that's actually dope as hell, it's not considered pop to me because y'all basically saying that because you think that she's not lyrically talented or whatever, she is pop. Or you're saying, or the other side of it is that you guys are basically saying because it is popular music, it's making it pop. And I'm saying hip hop is the most popular music brand in the world. So then all of hip hop has to be pop by that definition then.
That's a good point. But, you know, you brought this up a little bit earlier too. Like musically, there are like certain formulas that contribute something to being considered pop too. Like you brought up Hypnotize, right? That's and One More Chance. Those are like songs designed to be pop songs. I think there's kind of a distinction to where we're trying to say, okay, like what exactly it is. So, you know, some songs is easier to say are pop than others. But like I'll say for Cardi, for the large majority of her stuff, I would say it's definitely popish. It's not too much a strain from like that really, you know, normal formula. Like she's gonna have a chorus, a really super catchy chorus, not a whole lot of words, easy to rap along to, and it's just gonna blow up. I feel like everything she's putting out is just blowing up. That's why it's kind of hard for me to say, oh yeah, she's a rapper. Like she's like a hip hop artist to me that makes pop music, but I wouldn't consider her a rapper. No.
I took my definition of pop music is if white folks is jamming to it, it's pop. And I'm not talking about like white folks that
then
grew
all
up.
the hip hop is pop.
Nah, I'm not saying that white folks that grew up with us like. I'm talking about like
Karen and them.
Blueberry Pie white folks. Yeah, like American flag in front of your house, white folks.
White folks are the biggest buyers of hip hop. White young teenage boys are the biggest buyers of hip hop. Then by that definition, then all the hip hop is popped in. You think Griselda's making their money off of us? They're making their money off them white people, bro. What are you talking about? Like all
no
the hip
white folks buying no goddamn West Side
Hold on.
Gun
Let's
album.
just do the math. Let's just do the math real quick, just so to make it simple math. We 13% of the population.
True.
Okay. So the rest of that population, if hip hop's the number one music genre, 13% of the population ain't making it so. It got to be a lot more of the population listening to hip hop that don't look like us to make it so. So that alone, by math, means it has to be getting listened to by a bunch of white folks.
Depending on what you consider. All right, so like that's like because you put like all Eminem shit is pop music.
Okay.
I disagree with that.
So you
by the case, then the Roots, their pop music, they on Jimmy Fallon. Hanging out playing for a bunch of white folks every single night. Your man Black Thought with all the lyrical miracle 10-minute freestyles with the white folks every day playing the drums at night. Then they fucking pop too, then, bro. Oh, because if the white folks are listening to it, the Karens, they gotta be pop. What? You watch Jimmy Fallon? You watch Jimmy Fallon? Because only I know who watch Jimmy Fallon is Karens.
Yeah, I don't. I can't say I've
life.
watched Jimmy Fallon more than 2 times.
Niggas ain't watching no Jimmy Fallon. So your Roots crew all pop, bro.
But they're not performing their songs on there though. They're just doing a little.
Yeah, they are. So all pop, bro.
I will concede, and I don't know what the difference between pop and hip hop is, but I know it's a different feel. It's Dark and Hell is Hot has a different feel than if it's too late, call your mama. If you're reading this, it's too late, whatever that shit is. That's a totally. Now I don't know where the line is, but I know what I feel is, and what ain't. Like I can't tell you what the line is, but I know it's Dark and Hell is Hot. It's not the same thing as if you reading this letter, it's too late. And you gotta
I agree, but by definition, they both pop because one of DMX's biggest song is "How It's Going Down." And he literally talking about basically running drunk mules with the lady, busting up her boyfriend if he comes step like. He's talking real thug ass gangster shit.
That
very
is
popular
a pop
song.
That is a pop song though.
Yeah,
that's a pop song. But Damien,
Get At Me Dog, his first
Damien is
up. Get At Me Dog, is that a pop song?
I don't know. Yeah, you got me on that. I don't know because Get At Me Dog is a that's a joint, but that shit is a jam. You play that shit in the club.
Benjamin's pop. I don't know. It's Benjamin's pop.
Maybe.
I think bottom line, I think what Nip is trying to say is real recognize real. Like it's a feeling with the music. Like I don't know, it's hard for me to describe too, but it's like certain stuff is like, okay, this was put here for a purpose versus stuff that like kind of, I don't know, it's just a feeling. I can't really explain it.
I'm gonna tell you why it's hard, because pop music used to be that old barbershop quartet white boy shit. Like the Monkees and the Beach Boys and all that shit. Pop music realized it could not maintain that way, so they had to start taking riffs and things from different genres to make it work. So pop music is always going to feel like something else because it doesn't have its own mainstay of what it would be. Like it's always going to be a version of hip hop pop and country pop and whatever. But a lot of the pop comes from just being popular.
Other music. Yeah.
Shit that for some reason in our mind, if you on the TV or on the radio too much, you can't be authentic no more. That is something that plays into our mindset. Is that you can't be authentic? Hell, we talk about Pimp a Butterfly, one of Kendrick's best albums, probably one of the better hip hop albums of all time. Then Damn comes. Damn is a really good album too, but real hip hop purists will probably say Damn is a pop album because it made a bunch of money and it had a bunch of hits and singles on it. A lot of people will say Damn is a pop album.
No, I don't know about that.
Kendrick is spitting real shit on there, but look, most people would say it was a pop album. Because of the reason of how successful it was.
That was some musically complex shit, just like Pimp a Butterfly. You can't say that shit was pop.
Oh, well, I agree. I think neither one of them are pop. But I'm saying the reason we classify stuff as pop because people will say, well, pop is short for popular music. So if your shit becomes popular music, to your opinion, that means some white folks is jamming to it. Then it becomes pop, regardless if it started out as hip hop. Once it got to the white folks, it became pop. And that's what I'm saying. Like that is my definition of pop. Well, I agree with you. When white folks jam to it, it's pop. But I'm saying that some of it is not pop. It just got popular. And then we just say, oh, well, fuck it, it's pop now. We don't want it. And we know the hip-hop community. We love that underground shit. Oh, we don't like it no more because everybody like you. Nah, you over in that category because you know, blah,
Yeah,
blah.
that's
And
true.
I'm saying like we don't even know what the fuck pop is no more. We don't even know what's even hip hop no more.
That's
Because
true.
motherfucker get popular, we be like, man, fuck out of here. He sold out. Boy, now nobody sells out anymore. My bad. What am I saying? Drake was on the State Farm commercial. Ain't nobody selling out no more, bro. It's over.
Look, man, we need to get we're going to see if we can get through a whole episode by bringing up Drizzy or Hov. But speaking of Drizzy, Jay, I think he brought this to my attention. He had a recent tip with Soulja and Bow Wow. What was going on?
Yeah, so Drake made a post or something basically saying, you know, he want to thank Bow Wow because Bow Wow was probably the most influential rapper in his life that influenced his style and blah blah. And so, you know, Young Soulja said,
hold
nah,
on, Big Draco. Ain't no
yeah.
Big Draco.
Oh, sorry, my bad. I don't want to be like Jason. But so Big Draco said, I ain't gonna call him Juggernaut, no Big Draco though. But Soulja Boy or Soulja Man, whatever you want to call him, he said Drake stole his whole style and been running with it, and Drake playing games by shouting out Bow Wow. So I'm asking Nip because you know he's a resident Drake analysis man. What you feel about that? You think Soulja onto something, or you think Soulja just being out of pocket?
I think that there's some validity to Big Soulja's argument, but I would be disingenuous if I said I listened to Soulja Boy either. I'm just gonna keep it a bean. I'd be lying to you. Like I can't say that I can rap a Soulja Boy verse or a fucking Bow Wow verse or Drake verse. Like I don't like what was Bow Wow? Just don't know the way you move so
Slow
fast.
down. You know a Bow Wow verse, bro. Slow down. The other ones I can let you get some cat. You probably know a Bow Wow verse, bro. Slow down.
What song would I know a Bow Wow verse off of? I don't know,
man. Ain't in your brain. But if I pop one on,
you
you'll probably know
Bow Wow
something.
Verse?
I don't.
I just said, Lil Bow Wow. You just don't know the way you move so fast across the floor, some shit like that. But that was a hook.
Just the 1 and 6 and Park is back. There you go. That's something I knew from him that I can remember.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd be lying.
Yeah, and look,
if somebody put a gun in my head, it was like rap 8 Bow Wow bars.
Oh, I can only rap 8 bars from is Jay-Z and Kanye. So that would be dead by most of the game, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, going to your point, it's validity in there.
Probably, yeah. I mean, Drake is the king of, like, he's the king of the, I don't know how you, like, the internet rap niggas. Like, okay. he was the originator. He was the original YouTube hip hop or rap or pop. I don't fucking know what term you want to put on the shit.
Right.
He's the king of them dudes. It ain't no Drake without Soulja Boy. Let's just keep it a bean. It ain't. Because Drake could never survive with like real rap artists. Like if it was like Drake couldn't have came out in 95 through 2005. He wouldn't have survived. It wouldn't. You can't put. And this is another argument. We talk about the Tupac shit. But most motherfuckers, Tupac got one classic album that puts him in there with them greats. But you can't put one Drake album against any major hip hop album from 90 to 2005 and say it's a banger. You can't do it.
Oh, man, Chris younger than us. He about to roast you because you know Chris age. They like Drake and all that shit. Man.
I like Drake, but I'm not like a diehard Drake fan. Like I don't really go back and listen to his music. Like I'll listen to Muddy Waters probably like at least 5 times a year. Illmatic at least 10 times a year. Reasonable Doubt at least 8 times a year. Like it's certain classes I just go back to. Like Spider Sense tingling off in my head. It's like, gotta put this shit back on. It's about that time. And go back and revisit the classics. I don't really do that with any of Drake's music. I listen to the albums when they come out and I enjoy them, but they don't really have that cachet with me to make me want to go back and revisit it.
That shit don't stick to your ribs.
Yeah, it don't stick to your ribs, like he says in McDonald's. So I mean, what can you do? But I think Nip is a little bit on point too, because you got to think with the impact that Soulja had, you know, that whole ringtone craze, bringing a lot of fun to the music. Like, I don't think he originated, you know, bringing fun to the music, but as far as kind of getting to that more other side of the game, kind of softening up the image a little bit, you know, being a much younger cat and kind of, you know, being not talking about the same things everybody else was talking about, even though he's making just random party records. I think Soulja did have a bit of impact with regard to Drake's success. And I just like when Soulja goes off on Drake anyway. It's always hilarious. Like we saw that with the Breakfast Club stuff. So anytime Soulja's going, Big Draco's going to step up and get in somebody's face, I'm here for it. It's funny.
I mean, I don't really care. I don't listen to either one of them. So, I mean, I'm good.
I want to say,
I mean,
I'd be lying if I said I listen to any of these.
I brought up the topic, so I feel bad being like, I don't give two flying fucks. Yeah. At the end of the day, I mean, even if Drake do shout out Soulja Boy, what Drake gonna do? Write him a check? Like,
yeah,
yeah, man. But I do feel like people don't put enough respect on Soulja name.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that though, in the hip hop game, like now, I guess you could say for better or for worse, he puts a lot of jokers on, but also besides putting jokers on, like he did pave the way for a lot of these, like you said, all the internet cats.
Mm-hmm.
That's all Soulja. So. Again, for better or for worse, if you think those internet cats have been worth a damn or not, but he made a lane, man, and anybody that actually shoot the Draco like his rap say, I'm all for, because them jokers that tried to rob him, he pulled a toolie out and had to handle business. So shout out to Soulja, man.
That's content. But I want from Soulja's more content. I don't need another Soulja Boy song as long as I live. But if you're gonna keep dropping content like that, I'm here for it.
Yeah, he need to drop that video with her. You need to drop all that, all them adventures he got, bro. Just drop all that.
That jump gonna be like the Justice League, the Soulja League,
the Soulja Boy cut,
extended cut, Draco cut.
He's just dumping on jokers in slow mo.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And speaking of, you know, online and just social media and just ridiculousness, this isn't so much music related, but it's just ridiculous, like utterly crazy. I don't know if you all are familiar with the cat Derek Johnson. I never knew the individual's name. I would just see when people would like repost his video on social media and stuff, and he's always like talking that relationship stuff, like, oh, this is how you be a good man, all this kind of stuff, like, you know, just doing the most for clout on social media, pretty much preaching to everybody, but just doing outside of a church and not from well, I think he even had some kind of religious videos and stuff too going out. So the big news with him was, I guess he got caught cheating on his wife with another social media star or something like that he was with, and he denied it for the longest. But then, you know, I get on Twitter today and I see him and his wife holding hands. He holding her hand tight as hell. She got her little bonnet on, and she's sitting there like Children of the Corn or something, like just staring straight at the camera, like she a Chucky doll or something, waiting for the camera to go off so she could strike. Like, it just looks so weird. Like, why would you have to televise a whole apology like that? It just, everything about dude seems fake to me. But what do y'all think? What are y'all thoughts on this situation?
I don't need nobody. Only jokers that I rock with that's in that ilk is shout out to the roommates on YouTube and Kevin Samuels, because that dude just be funny. I don't even know who this other cat is, but I'm gonna say this for one damn sure. Like, how you gonna have your woman up there and then just like you make that video by yourself? Don't have your woman out here just look like, what the fuck is your chick gonna say? Like,
looking
either
goofy.
one, she should have turned up, or if she's not gonna turn up, don't be in the video.
Yeah,
like you looking real sideways. She's just like nodding and agreeing. Like, what you agreeing about? Like, to certify what the shit he's saying is true? Like, fuck out of here, man. Like, nah. Like, I don't know who dude is, but like, respect to him that he got a following enough that he thought he was important enough to have to kind of like, you know, confess his sins to his population. Man, fuck out of here, man. That sister need to go on. I mean, I ain't gonna say nobody, brother, sister shouldn't break up, but that sister shouldn't even been in the video, man. Or if she was, she should have been going upside his head or something. Like, nah, man, we can't do that, man. We can't have her played out like that.
Yeah, I've been tired of homie. I loathe that guy. I don't like he's one of the most goofy, but I don't like none of them self-righteous. I'm trying to teach write books about how to love a woman and be a man. Bull Steve Harvey, Eric Jackson, Tony Gaskin, all them niggas could go straight to hell. Do not collect $200. Don't pass go. Like fuck them. Like I can't stand that shit. Like, and he fits the description of one of them type dude. Like, first of all, how you married, you got a family, whatever you doing, but every time you make a video, you in your car with the seatbelt on. Come on, bro. You just left the side joint crib. Come on. You just left her crib, or you was going to that joint and start and made the video. And everything like, oh, you like he plays soup. No man can play super simp that hard. It's just not the testosterone is gonna kick up at some point. You just have to. You have to.
That's called space age simping
that hard, bro. You can't simp that hard. You can't do it.
Space age simping.
Yeah, he tripped like no.
Hold on. So what is his page be like? He just be telling men that they fucking up or something, or would he be?
Yeah, like you, well, man. If like it be outlandish shit. Like as a man, you know, you supposed to provide, and you supposed to. If she has kids, then you know you gotta feed them kids off the date type shit. Like it'd be wild, like wild shit that buddy be talking about. Like it's like it gets outlandish the shit that he be saying, bro. Outlandish.
Yeah, it just
any conversation that you would have where you would think, okay, women have this point of view, men have this point of view. He's gonna make a video validating the female's point of view.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so he basically makes it
dudes.
easier for them to not have accountability, is what you're saying.
That point, and it also makes it easier for him to go ahead and hit the hose.
Yeah,
like
basically.
that's just keep it a bean. Like I'm gonna come off as this type of dude, so I can melt the hearts of the shorties, and it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this shit is crazy.
That's just what it is.
Oh, you're such a baby.
Oh, he be dirty back
there. Yeah,
dirty
that just popped in my head. He's dirty macking on the timeline, not even in person, not at a party. Saying, man, well, you know he broke. He
is
don't
dirty.
even got a car here.
The same thing that Steve Harvey did.
Dirty macking to your girl on the timeline.
The entire male species. That's what he has done.
Damn. So this Joker like a relationship advice Drake, just dirty back.
Basically.
Oh man.
And the video was so funny. Like I was watching, like he literally like broke down every single like aspect of the cheating. He's like, yeah, well, before we had sex, you know, we were texting because you know, cheating doesn't always start at you know the actual act of sex. There's intention before. I'm like, dude, you're such a weirdo. Like, who does it?
Hey, who had it worse, Buddy Old Lady or Will Smith?
I think.
Well, I gotta say Will because the woman looked like she was just emotionless. Will looked like he needed a cigarette.
No, I don't think the Will shit. He didn't need no cigarette. Will was tired. Like Will was on some shit. Like man, I told you not to fuck with that young boy. Now I gotta help you with this cleanup crew shit. Slim like Shorty looked lost. Like first of all,
sunken place.
I have never seen a black woman go out in public without her doodad. Like her helmet, like what the fuck? You out here with this fucking Nick Goofy shit on? What are you doing? You just sitting here looking goofy as hell. Come on now, like nah, she the goofy as hell. Will was on some shit like, man, I'm tired of your ass. I'm tired of August ass. I'm tired of these damn entitled ass kids. I'm tired of everybody. Her ass, I don't know what the fuck type time she was on.
Look. I know we got a ton more topics to go through, but I don't think it's nothing going to top. What the? Oh my fucking G. Okay, I mean, all right. Good. I mean, good for him. At least he cleansed his soul, I guess. Yeah.
Wait, what Chris said?
Yeah, man. I mean, I think Chris Baby's stuck. Let's see. Well, until he gets unstuck. Hey, Nip, what have you been listening to?
I've been listening to I've been back in my funk bag and shit. Let me see which one. So I listened to God damn it. I wrote this shit down. Let me check my notes and shit. Oh, the Headhunters. I was listening to the Headhunters, God Make Me Funky. And I ran across this playlist, and it was just all super funky shit. Oh, the Skull Snaps. That's what I was gonna bring up. The Skull Snaps. Specifically, Trespassing. That's a jam. And then All of a Sudden.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you get a chance to check them joints out.
No, for sure. I know my girl Kiana, my girl QP put me on to, was it Zumbi and was it Antua?
Oh yeah. I listened to that joint too. Yeah.
Guess the album's called Next Chapter. Now I got a nice little vibe with it, man. Like I was driving, man. I was like, damn, I feel like I need to be having something on my lap while I'm listening to this.
Yeah.
Just that grind would have been awesome. But dope song. I mean, dope album. Can't complain on that one, man. Other than that, man, and then besides the Benny album, I didn't really have much time for music, man. I've been trying to read up my intellect, you know what I'm saying? So, I've been trying to read my Powernomics, trying to get my mind right. Fuck, rocking with Mr. Dr. Claude Anderson or whatever. Have you read that already, Nip, already? Because I know you.
No, it's on the list though. It's on the list.
It's pretty dope, man. Like he talk. He be talking that talk that you be talking sometimes. So sometimes I be able to roll my eyes, but he be right. He be right, but I just be like, come on,
be
bro.
right, dog.
Yeah, be like, slow down, man, slow down. But
I seen a couple excerpts. Had too much goddamn liquor. Excerpts online, man.
Right.
But I definitely, I that's definitely on my list. But I'm on my when it comes to the books and shit, I'm on my what the fuck is the name of that? The Mushroom in the Sacred Mushroom in the Cross, Sacred Mushroom in the Cross. That joint was talking about like how Christianity is pretty much a I don't want to say a cover, but it's the parables and shit in the Bible are more about like I'm trying to say this shit politically correct. Pretty much the characters in the Bible and all these stories that are that we revere and shit like that, like them niggas was high on psilocybin. Yeah, they want psilocybin and shit, and these stories are ways to like convey these messages off of like these hallucinogenic trips and shit like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check that out. Man, have you?
That's
to do a book swap.
It's more complex than that, but
I know you summed it up for us idiots. I got you.
Not even that. I'm the idiot. Like I'm not great at conveying them ideas and shit. Like I like to read it and I understand it, but I'm not good at conveying.
Also, I listened to Distant Relatives, that Nas and Damian Marley joint.
Oh yeah,
I forgot that's a good album, man. Like I guess I just never. I was talking about it with like DJ Tunes, and I was saying like I think that was one of Nas's classics, and he kind of challenged me on it. So I went back to listen to it, and I was like, "No, I still stand firm, but I think it's a classic." But I think nobody listened to it.
No, I gotta go back. I gotta go back and listen to it.
Well, all right. Well, Chris's Comcast connection let him down, so I think we're gonna end up and wrap this show. I don't know if I can do it as smooth as
you need to pay your bills, nigga.
I don't know if I can do it as smooth as Chris, but I'm gonna say thank you all for joining the Gladiator Cypher podcast. As always, make sure you join the circus. And you may ask, how do you join the circus? Well, first and foremost, you got to go out and get you some Uncle Nearest or some wild turkey. That's the first thing. And then the second thing is just remember to like, share, subscribe, and follow us on Head Cannon Circus on YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, iTunes. We everywhere. So anywhere you want to hear us or get the media from visual to audio, you can get it from us here at Head Cannon Circus. As always, Spliff Star, Mr. Stimmy, I forgot what he called it, Stimmy something. Chris is tuning out. We got, myself, Big J, Corny J in the building. We're going to leave it here And then Papa Bear Net, man, we will all see you all next time.
Yes, sir. They range got told they double parked by a hydrant. Stupid motherfuckers.
This is a head cannon
production.
circus production.